I'm here on Aquarius, and I just want to show you something that if you have an Amel Super Marmu, you have to do this once a year. And don't put it off. Do it now.
In order to have days like this, you're going to have days like this. This is Tips on Tuesday. We're going to talk about what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Stay tuned so you don't feel like doing this. If you like these videos, please subscribe and give us a like. And if you have anything to add to the conversation or any questions, please leave them below.
So one of the things that I want to show you is one thing that you should be looking for on a Super Marmu that's been taken care of properly. Every once in a while, every year at least, you're going to come in and you're going to take this screw off right here. And what this screw does is it releases the out haul. So now the out haul is released. So now I can actually move this back and forth like that. You're also going to take this screw off down here. And this screw here holds this piece in. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull this up and out. And many people have problems pulling this out because they've never done it before. Then what you want to do is you want to put Corrosion X all over this pole and put a little bit of Corrosion X in here as well and down here. And then put your pole back through with the Corrosion X on it. And you can see it just goes up and down really easy. Now you really have to do that once every year or so, maybe once every 6 months, because you do not want this thing to get stuck in here. Because if you do, you're going to have to cut that all the way off and then replace this whole pole here and then pull everything through the bottom. And that you really don't want to do, but some people, that's what they have to do. They try to get this thing off for like several days, they can't, and then they either have to cut it in here or just cut the top off. But I think cutting the top off is a lot easier because you can just hack that right off and then pull everything out from the bottom. I had to do that on the boat that we took the mast off of because it sat there for 14 years and never got done like this. Now, more than once I've told you, you have to grease up this here. So you have to pull this out and grease this area in here because it'll get stuck. You'll never get it out. This is an extreme example of what happens because this one's been on the hard for 14 years. But now we've got to cut through this and actually remove it the other way. So, all right, Julio, do the honors. Bolt off and then everything will come out. So then what you do is you put your bolts back in. And put this one back in. And I'm just going to spray that with a little bit of Corrosion X. Just to make sure she's okay. So the next thing, in case of an emergency, all your power went out and you want to get your sail back in. Now, if you don't have power, don't try to put your main out. Just use your mizzen and your genoa and get to where you need to go before you put your main back out. But if you have to get your main back in, what you can do is you come up and you just undo this bolt, and then this runs free, and then you furl it in with this. Now, if you don't have power, you're going to need to loosen these bolts. There's 4 of them. That on one side. Now these on the other. And then this will drop down. So now that it's dropped down, now you can see that it's dropped down below this. Now you can furl your sail in with this here. So now I can furl the sail in. And then once you get power restored, you just push that back up in and you tighten up your bolts. Now these bolts, you do not want to tighten that tight. It's just enough so that they don't move. Because if you tighten these too tight, it's going to crack this plastic piece here. So you just make sure that they're hand tight. And that's it. Now you can't do this anymore, but your motor is going to work. So these are some of the things that you have to know before you take off an Amel, and you have to do this once every 6 months to a year. And if you don't, you're going to pay the price.
How much?
I don't know. It's probably going to cost you about $350 for this and about $250 for the elbow, this thing here, this arm. So you're looking at 500 bucks or so. And if you don't do it yourself, then you're looking at somebody coming to do this, and that's going to cost you about 150 bucks for somebody to cut it off. So if you do that once every year, everything's gonna be nice up here all the time, and you'll be able to take care of it. And in the case of an emergency, you'll be able to move this thing. You'll be able to pull this out. You'll be able to pull this down and actually put grease in here. This one has a nipple, so I can put grease in all the time, but once in a while, you have to take this off and actually open it up and take all the old grease out and put new grease in. So, bottom line, you have to know these things. And then let's go up and let's take a look up here too.
You love your colors, huh?
Yes, I do. Things should be covered. So up here is your Genoa furler. And the thing about this is you can actually furl this in an emergency. What you do is you put a block here, a block there, a block over there, and then you'll take a rope that goes around this. Now the thing about this is this has to work properly. You have to be able to get that pole to pull out. Once in a while you have to come over here and you have to get this thing to move up. You have to make sure it always comes up like that so that in case of an emergency, you can get that thing out. So you get that out and turned a little bit. Now it stays up. Now this thing can turn freely without having the motor turn. But if you can't get that out, then you're not going to be able to use this in case of an emergency. So every once in a while, pull that thing out and get some Corrosion X in there or something. So we're going to put some Corrosion X in there right now. Notice how easy that comes up. You have to be able to do that in case of an emergency. If you don't take care of these things, then you're going to have problems in case of an emergency. You'll come up here, you won't be able to pull that out, and you're not going to be able to get your Genoa in case of an emergency. You have to make sure you do these things. This is just basic maintenance on an ML Super Marmu. So, you know, I've seen so many people have problems, and it's only because they're not doing the proper maintenance on their boat. There you go.
If you like this video, give us a like down below and click here to subscribe. That really helps us. And if you want to watch more of us, click one of those.
They said they came from Spanish.